everyone. This is the Visibility Care Show, the 20-minute show designed to give you the exact tools and tips to get you seen and found by your ideal client. Now join me in welcoming your host, the phenomenal Nnanke Essien.
Hey, hello everybody. How is it going? I hope you guys are doing well. Thank you so much for joining the Visibility Cure Show. And this is a 20-minute show where we basically give you the exact dosage of tools and tips to get you seen and found by your ideal clients. Now today we have a phenomenal guest in the studio. Well, my own makeshift studio. He's the only one person who has made the word phenomenal even sound more cool than the word phenomenal actually sounds. He's such an amazing personality. John is one who sees opportunities and he seizes them without even looking back. And he's taught me so many times to continue improving and then never stopping and never putting my hand off of the plow. That's the word. This person is a social media strategist. He taught people how to build their profile, grow their influence, and basically learn how to use products to grow themselves and their influence on the online space. Now today, we have no other person than the amazing, the awesome, the phenomenal Chano Didi.
I'm taking a selfie with you, Nnanke.
Are you really?
Yes.
Does that look cute? Oh my God.
Yeah, there we go.
Awesome. Great to have you here, John. Thank you so much for joining us and for being on our stage.
Really, I'm happy to be here. I love the work that you're doing. I've been following your Instagram tips for a long, long time, and you're the real deal. I am so honored to be here in front of your people. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you. You guys bring out your pen, your paper. John is going to take us through an amazing tip to teach us how to basically grow our influence online. And we know that if we don't have products, for crying out loud, we cannot have a seamless cash flow system. We can't even have a money flow or system, basically.
Yeah.
And if you want results in your business, you better start creating products. And John churns them out seamlessly, like it worries me. Before you know what is happening, you create a product that basically speaks to the mind of your ideal clients. And that's where a lot of business owners are struggling. And so we're going to give you the stage to take us through basically the scientific process, the humanly process, and everything that goes in basically being able to create or grow your influence with product, in your marketing, in your content, and everything in between. So the stage is yours. Have fun, Mr. John.
All right. Nnanke, thank you so much for that great introduction. So I want to get right into it. Now, like you rightly said, first off, before you talk about getting visibility, building your platform, building your audience, we like to start with the end in mind. And the end in mind here, meaning monetization. Mm-hmm. Unless what you're doing is for charity or just as a passion, then that's okay. But if this is a business, you are in business. If this is a business, you've got to think about how you're going to make money really early on. How are you going to make money down the road? So by that, we're going to talk about how you intend to monetize your message. Do you want to put out digital products? Do you want to monetize with consulting? Do you want to monetize with events? Do you want to monetize with coaching? And the other methods of monetization out there, you have to decide on that first. When you do decide on that, you need to have some flagship products that you can market to your audience when you start. If you don't have products right from the get-go, the journey might turn out to be frustrating, right? So my favorite sort of products are digital products, and that's because it gives you a lot of financial and time freedom. You put in a lot of work up front, and then these products just basically sell themselves over and over again. It's a great business model to follow if you are interested, or if you prefer the business model of residual income. So all you do once you have the products in place, you can now focus on doing the part of your business that you actually love, which is building your audience and giving them content, nurturing that audience consistently. All right. So now we have the game plan. We need products in place. Now let's talk about how do you get an audience that are going to be willing and able to buy those products off the shelf. Right. Now, first off, we need to talk about your audience building strategy. How do you build an audience? All right. First off, you need to talk about the technology on which you build your audience. You've heard it said before that the money is in the list. So you need to have a list of people who are interested and passionate about your message, people whose pain points are being solved by your message, people whose daily problems are being solved by your content, people whose lives and businesses will be made significantly better by the content that you offer. You need to find out where these people are, how you can best reach out to them, and how you can bring them on board your own platform. And those platforms are your email list, your Facebook Messenger bot, or your Facebook group, or in many cases, a combination of these three platforms. In my business, I use all three: Facebook groups, Facebook Messenger bots, and your email list. So there are free ways of building this audience, and there are paid ways of building this audience, all right? So I'll talk about the free ways first, because I think that's one way that a lot of people can get in with zero barrier of entry and can get started seeing results instantly, okay? So let's assume you want to build influence, you want to build an audience on your Facebook group, on your Messenger bot, or on your email list, all right? You have to realize that there's some platforms you can get on. For example, bigger Facebook groups. There are Facebook groups that cater to your niche currently. What you have to do is get into those Facebook groups and position yourself there as a person of value. Now, one thing happens when you put out valuable content on bigger Facebook groups. Those members to whom you're speaking to will send you friend requests and will go over to your Facebook profile to see what you have going on there. You can then bring them on board your platforms, your Facebook group, your email list, or your Facebook Messenger bot. That's one approach. Another approach is when they send you Facebook friend requests, you can send them personal inbox messages, welcoming them to your list and then onboarding them to your platforms where they will get even better content, okay? So that's one way you can use Facebook groups to get people onto your tribe. Another method is by having shows like this. I mean, Nnanke, you're having me right now on your program, and a lot of people who never knew who I was before now will get exposed to me and my content, and then they'll probably go find me online and they will become members of my community also. This is a very great strategy. So what people have to do is to look out for people who have programs like this that have a following and that are scheduled, that are consistent, and send out a pitch. Say, look, I've got this great content that will give a lot of value to your listeners or to your viewers. I could come talk about this, this, and this. If you could schedule me on, I'll be glad. Write out your pitch and send out to 50 people. Out of every 50 people, at least 10 people will be glad to get you on. And when you get on those platforms, you'll be exposed to their audience, and that way you can build your audience really quickly. So aside shows, you also have podcasts. Look out for podcasts within your niche, within your industry, the one that have a lot of traffic, and then pitch the podcast show host. They would love to have your content on, and in exchange, you'll get that exposure to their audience. Another way too is by guest blogging, and another way too is by doing physical events. Like here in Nigeria, you can show up to physical events. Social Media Week Lagos is happening in Nigeria at the end of February. You can go to their website, you'll see a list of everyone who is organizing an event. Their contact details are also going to be there. You can send them an email pitching them what you would like to offer their audience. That's how I personally got started in 2014. That was the first time I gave a talk at Social Media Week, right? So 2014, I put out a pitch, and I mean, since it's free, they would love to have you on. And then a lot of people there who never got to know me before, they got to know me. You'll get the chance to speak in front of hundreds of people, and those people will get on your tribe quickly once you give them value, and it's no cost at all right? So these are free methods of getting people on board your platforms. Now let's talk about the paid methods. And the number one paid method is by using Facebook ads, all right? That's another sermon on its own. But learning Facebook ads is something that anyone can do. Go to YouTube. There are tons of tutorials on there that you can use to start creating your first Facebook ad, right? But the important thing is whether you're using a free method or a paid method, you need to be able to get these people over to a platform that you own and control. And I should say that Facebook pages are not a veritable way of building an audience. Twitter is not a veritable way of building an audience. Instagram is not a veritable way of building your audience, because we have a saying in the industry: do not build your house on rented land. I mean, those platforms exist. They're cool. We use them, but we know what it is. The rules can change at any moment, and you cannot build your business around another person's rules. So you need to bring them over to your own platform. And we like to say that the inbox is the best social network. So you need to have an email list. Everyone should have an email list. So bring them on to your email list. There are so many vendors out there. Most popularly, you have MailChimp, you have Aweber, you have Constant Contact, you have GetResponse, and so on. We also have self-hosted services or solutions like Sendy, and so on. Whatever one you choose, get them onto your email list so you can stay in touch with them. Another one is also Facebook Messenger bots, which also breaks the rule of not building your house on rented land, but is really great right now because it's got amazing open rates. We're seeing between 60 to 90% open rates with Facebook Messenger bots, which makes it amazing. You can use chatfuel.com. It's free to use. Chatfuel.com can get you started up quickly and easily, totally free of charge. And you can start building up your Facebook Messenger bot subscriptions over there. And then you also have Facebook groups. So Facebook groups, email lists, and Facebook Messenger bots, those are the platforms you can start building your lists on. Now, once you've built your list, you've got people on there, maybe your first 100 or your first 1,000, you now need to have a content marketing plan in place. Or we also like to call it your audience nurturing plan. We know that people only like to buy from people that they know, like, and trust. We call that the KLT. So how can you build your know, like, and trust factor? It is by using your content. I like to say that your content is your audition. Do we vibe? Do we connect with this person? If the free stuff is this good, I think the paid stuff is going to be worth my time, effort, and money. And so your free stuff should be just as good, all right? So you have to put out your content strategy. And there are different kinds of content. You can put out your content in form of text, whether you're writing blog articles. You can put it in form of audio, whether you're putting out a podcast. You can do it in form of video like we're doing right now, whether it's you recording yourself or you interviewing other people and getting their expertise over to your audience like we have right now as a show, or you could do it as a live webinar. Whatever your choice, it's got to be scheduled, it's got to be consistent, and it's got to be packed with tons of value. And this instantly builds up your credibility, your know, like, and trust factor. And these are the people that you will pitch your paid products to. And that's how you make money from your online visibility.
Awesome stuff. I can't even believe I heard all this for free. My notes is so full. Guys, you heard it all. Basically, understanding the format of building your audience. Now, what I heard you say the most is that you need to start by giving value and lead with it. Because as much as you give value, that's where you draw your audience to understand the cohesion bit or to leverage basically on that free stuff to make a decision about buying from you. So basically, it takes a bit of time, right? It doesn't just happen instantly. Now, one of the questions I hear a lot of people asking is basically, how do I create content that speaks to the needs of my ideal clients? Now, where I'm taking this to is, how do you then listen to your audience to basically understand what their needs are so that you can actually make tailor-made products for them that make sense in the long run and help you in your monetization process?
Okay, so when you're doing your content, when you do your content marketing, there are some platforms like on Facebook groups. Whenever you put out a piece of content, in the comment section, people are going to be asking different kinds of questions, and that will give you an indication as to what people would like to see. Now, sometimes the products you start out with might not be exactly what they want. They might be what you want, right? But if you listen, when you look at the comment section, you'll know that, okay, people actually need help on a certain level. You might come out from a strategy point, but people actually need technical help. You might come out with strategy, but people want to know the most basic things, and you never knew that. But if you listen in the comments, you'll know what they want. And I should say that when you're productizing your knowledge, you should have different tiers, have something for everyone. Have baseline products that people can buy off the shelf. Have coaching that people who want one-on-one guidance can also purchase, because sometimes people, they don't really need technical help, but they probably want one-on-one guidance. They don't want to sit through like 4 hours of your online course. They want you to just look at their business and tell them with pinpoint accuracy the areas that they need to be focusing on. So you need to have these different packages at, of course, the different price points. So people who can afford to pay you top dollar for that coaching program or consulting service so that they can actually get results faster. So have something for everyone. And also listen, Facebook groups give you that facility where people are encouraged to contribute to the conversation. And that can give you like an unlimited list of options for your products. Email to once in a while, put out stuff on Ask Questions. And if you're someone who does webinars too, like on Facebook Live, do Q&As, and people are going to ask you questions, that will inform your strategy moving forward.
Awesome. Now, guys, for those of you who know Johnny Beatty, you know that he's the founder of Smart Becamp. Smart Becamp has like 50,000, over 50,000 people, yeah? At what point, yeah, over, right? At what point does your labor of love end? And I'm asking this because I know a lot of people would always come to you, oh, John, help me with this, help me with that. Oh, I just joined your group, I'm a bit lost. At what point do you break the divide between giving free advice and actually sending them towards your program? Or how do you really walk that fine line? Because a lot of people have started groups and they struggle because they can't keep up. So what do you really advise in terms of using your community to nurture your audience and then be able to build them up and still be able to build an income stream or a revenue model for yourself? Okay.
Now, one thing you have to realize is that not everyone who joins your Facebook group is going to buy your product. All right. Not even 50% are going to buy your product. If you're lucky, you might get away with like maybe 5 to 10% of your entire audience buying your product. But it's okay. It's a numbers game. All right. A lot of people are not going to be able to pay, and that's fine. You need to be able to cater to both segments, and I call them your customers and your consumers. Your consumers are those people who like what you do. They admire what you do, but they're not willing and able to pay for what you do right now. Your customers, however, they like what you do, they appreciate what you do, and they're willing and able to pay for what you do. You have to be able to make the difference and understand how to cater to these groups in a way that does not destroy you or diminish your energy totally. A lot of people do not know how to distinguish between their consumers and their customers. And so they're exasperated, they're tired, they're frustrated, there's no money on this thing, there's overwhelmed, and they're stressed because these bills keep on coming. You're in the online business space. You're either paying for one service or the other, or and they're charging you in dollars. And you know that if you're in Nigeria, dollar is not cheap.
It isn't.
At some point, it stresses you. You've got the bills to pay. You've got your light bill, your internet bill, and this thing has to start making sense really quickly, right? So you need to be able to distinguish consumers and customers. Have something for the consumers. Serve them, but in a way that does not stress you, all right? Reserve your energy for those people who appreciate you enough, who trust you enough with their money, so they do not feel shortchanged, all right? So for the free people, have your pillars of content, your free content structured somewhere. So someone says, hey man, I need help with building a list. There should be something that you have put out there for free, either on your blog or, for example, now we've had this show, right? There are some parts there's so many questions your audience will ask you that we have answered within these 20-30 minutes. So you could say, put the link on YouTube to where we answered this on YouTube, right? So they just click and they go to YouTube and it's answered. So they don't have to talk to you on Messenger and it takes up your time and your whole day is sucked up answering one person's question. No, you could just put a link there and they go to the YouTube, question answered. Then if they need one-on-one help, they need further help, you can send them the link to your sales page where you have a program that answers that. Or if you want to buy a course or they want consulting or coaching, however you choose to monetize that, okay? So you need to have that. Have your pillars of free content for the consumers, all right? Then when they actually want to get serious, when they actually want actual solutions, not just random pieces of content, you can push them toward your programs. And I should say this, you should have like launch periods for your products. It's a great way to create evergreen stream of income. So most people have products and hope that their audience or people are just going to stumble upon your shopping cart. Someone will be like, oh my goodness, look, there's a product here. I think I should buy. No one's going to feel that way. All right. You should have launch periods. Keep on nurturing them. If you read Gary Vaynerchuk's book, Jab, 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 right hook, right? So throughout the month, keep on jabbing, keep on jabbing, keep on giving value, value, value. And even if it is once a month or twice a month, have like a 3-day period where they can get your product line at maybe 20% off or 10% off. After that period, if you want to get a product any other time, they'd have to pay full price. All right. So they know that, look, at these times of the month, the shopping cart is going to be open. We're now taking students every month. So that makes sure that keeps that revolving door. All right. So as more people are coming into your tribe, they're going through that cycle where they're nurtured and they get to that point where they can buy your products. All right. That's one way. Another great way is by doing free email courses. All right. This is one method that is underutilized by a lot of online marketers or online business owners. Free email courses. If you're using Aweber or any other autoresponder, you can set it up whereby as soon as they opt into your list, of course, you put out a lead magnet that solves a problem for them. But once they opt into that, it sends them like more tips that help them to further consolidate on that lead magnet for like a period of 5 days. So you let them know that for the next 5 days, I'm going to be giving you actionable information that will grow your business or whatever, solve whatever problem. And so each day they'll be receiving an email from you. All right. And then maybe on the 5th or on the 6th day, you now pitch them. I hope you guys have got value from this email sequence. If you want to get even more value, this is or 10x your business, or whatever your value proposition is. Click here, and then they click over to your sales page that actually frames them and sells them in on your paid packages. Now, you've been given value for the past 5 days. It's enough for them to have grown trust in your brand. They've known you, liked you. They're like, man, this person is the bomb. This paid product is going to be so cool. All right. So you sell them there, and then they buy your stuff. If my best sense for free, then why would they buy the paid stuff? They will buy the paid stuff. You know why? Most of your prospective customers are not going through your free content to solve their problems. They are using that to audition you. All right. They're using that to audition you, and they're like, if the paid content, if the free stuff is this good, it's really easy to do. And the great thing that if you're doing Facebook Messenger bots, especially using chat fuel, now has autoresponders. So in the same way that I can throw them into your funnel. Yes. The same way you can throw them into your funnel via email, you can do the same thing on Facebook Messenger. Put them into a sequence, and automatically the whole thing is just going. You don't have to lift a finger. It's just an automatic funnel. All you've got to focus on is that maybe if you're doing a Facebook group, for instance, when you're welcoming your new members, give them the freebie that you always use to onboard your new members, and that throws them into either your autoresponder sequence on your email list or your autoresponder sequence on your messenger bots. And it just keeps that evergreen funnel. Every single day that people are getting to that funnel, you are getting sales every single day. It's evergreen. All right. So that's a great way to set this up and make good money from what you do. It's a matter of systems.
Awesome. I mean, guys, you've heard the path to profitability, basically, from what I've heard you say, is that you must have a fluid system for providing results, right? Yes. And basically, it has to be intentional, and it has to be a methodical approach, basically, when it comes to building assets and to building your influence online. Yes. I mean, this has been an amazing session. Just one more question before I get out of here. Okay. Basically, you have said a lot in terms of taking your time to purposefully create your assets for both your consumers and your customers, and to still ensure that you're building your influence. Are there any free tools, any simple and easy tools that you can tell my people on here on how to be more efficient on social media? So how they can schedule their posts, tools that they can use that will save them less time, because a lot of people get stuck on the how do I create, how do I, and that reduces their time for putting together much more strategy and putting together these assets that we've spoken about. So are there easy tools that people can actually lay their hands upon that can help them to be more efficient and still get a return on the investment that they really want in terms of their visibility and marketing?
Yes, indeed. Well, for example, Facebook groups, for instance, I mean, it's amazing what we're enjoying right now with Facebook groups. When we first started doing Facebook groups, there was no way to natively schedule your content. We had to use third-party tools like Hootsuite, and I never really liked scheduling content with Hootsuite. There were a lot of things we couldn't do, like tag people, mention people. It was really limited. But now, for free, the new update allows you to schedule content on Facebook groups. So you can schedule content for days or weeks or months in advance. Too, I would not recommend you doing it months in advance. You just lose time. Right? But you can schedule your content for days in advance. And so if you're someone who's busy and you're on the move, just schedule your content at the set time. Your content will go live. And then if you look at Facebook group insights, it tells you the times of the day and the days of the week when your people are most active. And then you can schedule at those exact times, and then you can get a lot of reach. These are things that were not available as recent as a year ago, right? We had to toil. Personally, back in the day, if I needed to put out a post by 8 p.m., I would have to set my alarm, right? I would type the post out on Facebook and leave it there and then set my alarm. If I was taking a nap, my alarm would ring, time the post, and just go and click publish. So manual. Right. It's easy these days because we have an inbuilt scheduler, all right? So that's that. Messenger bots, we have Chatfill. With Chatfill, you can also schedule Messenger bot messages. That one's a given. You can do the same thing for email. So that basically works. What other thing? For content creation, I have a lot of tools. On my iPhone, I use WordSwag. There's a lot. I will have to look at my iPhone to actually give you all these tools. Because for Instagram, on my phone, I have WordSwag. I also have one tool that many people don't know is called Storio. All right, Storio helps you to, Insta Stories only lets you put up videos of about, I think, 10 seconds.
10 seconds. About 10 seconds, yeah.
Yeah. But this app called Storio, it helps you put on videos for as long as 5 minutes.
Oh, wow.
All right. What it does, this app, I don't know if it's on Android too, but what this app does is that you put the video you want to put on, the long video, and it cuts the videos into 10 seconds.
Oh, wow. So cool.
And then you just upload them to your Insta stories, and it feels like one sequence.
Oh, wow.
So that's what it does. What else do we got here? There's Canva on mobile. There's Spark Post. There's Spark Video. There's Typorama. Then what else? There's also, if you want to put out audio content, there's this Anchor. Anchor is supposed to be a new network where you put out audio content, but it helps you make videos out of your audio content you can post on your social media and so on. What else do we have? I want to say Hootsuite, but there's less use for Hootsuite nowadays.
Right. You can even now schedule on Instagram as well.
Yeah.
Awesome stuff. I mean, I could be here all day just learning from you. It's been an amazing time spending time out with you. As a usual,
I could be here all day just teaching.
As a usual routine, we usually have like 3 end of interview questions. So get ready. So first of all, if your life, but if your life were to be a movie, what would be the title?
If my life were to be a movie, man, you should have sent me these questions earlier on. You're just so on the spot.
I'm sorry.
A New Order.
A New Order. I like that. That is different. A New Order.
Yes.
Okay. And then secondly, where can we find the awesome Johnny BD? Where can we find you? If people want to reach out to you, they want to learn more about you, they want to know more of this stuff you've talked about on a deeper level. They want to understand how to leverage Facebook groups, how to grow their list, how to do, the bot system and every other thing in between. Where can they find you?
All right, you can send me an email. My email address is john@smartbcam.com. I think you'll put the thingy up on your platforms later on, but it's john@smartbcamp.com. But if you want to get the best of my content, it's on my Facebook group. It's called the Smart Bcamp Big Business Community. The URL, Nnanke is going to put it up in the description too. So it's the Smart Bcamp Big Business Community. That's where I put out the best of my content. But if you need to talk to me, send me an email. It's john@smartbcamp.com.
Awesome. Now, can you leave us with some words of wisdom? 140 words or less. Just leave us with some words of wisdom.
All right, it's very simple. You are overqualified for the value you are thinking of providing.
You are overqualified for the value you're thinking of providing. On that note, we say thank you very much for joining us again for another episode of the Visibility Cure Show. I'm sure you had an awesome time. I did. And you can see my notes is really, really full, and I hope yours is too. Now, if you have any questions for myself or John, please make sure that you drop them in the comment section below, and we'll be very excited to answer. Now, if you wanted us to also answer some questions on our shows coming up, you can send an email to nnanke@nnankeessien.com, and then we can put together our next guest who would help you to answer the questions as well. Thank you again, John, for being on the show. It was awesome having you. I learned quite a lot.
My pleasure.
And all of you guys need to understand something. It's not really about just learning and making your notes full, really. It's about doing. If you know John, you know that he seizes every single opportunity that he sees and he turns it into millions. So learn from him, learn from us, and let us leverage and build our influence on social media. All right, guys, till I come your way again, I remain your host, Nnanke Essien. Thank you.
Thank you, Nnanke.
Awesome. Bye. Thank you so much. Kudos.